Just imagine working only 4 hours a week, and in those 4 hours, earning as much as most people make in months. No more being trapped by a 9-to-5 schedule, no more rush hour traffic, no more dreading Mondays. Just freedom. Freedom to travel, to live, to breathe. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Like a dream only someone from Silicon Valley or a big tech entrepreneur could achieve. But Tim Ferriss says this dream is possible for anyone. Yes, even for you. Whether you're a student, a freelancer, or a full-time employee doing the same thing every day, if you follow the right system, you can automate your life too. This isn't some magic trick. It's a system, proven, tested, and real. On this journey, we'll explore how the 80-20 rule can skyrocket your productivity, how you can build your own passive income stream, and how you can discover your life's muse, a business that works for you, not the other way around. If you're ready to redesign your life, let's get started from 40 hours to just 4.
Chapter 1. For the new rich, wealth means luxury in the here and now. Picture this. You're working 40 hours a week, maybe more. You're exhausted, you're stressed. Sometimes you just want to quit and run away. But the reality is, you feel stuck. You need your job. You've got bills to pay, a family to support. You have dreams too, but no time to chase them. But Tim Ferriss says there's a recipe to escape this rat race, a formula that can change your life. And that's what we're about to explore. But before you dive in, ask yourself, if you're running, where are you running to? According to Tim, your destination is the new rich. This is a new tribe, a lifestyle where freedom and flexibility mean more than money. These people aren't tied down, not to an office, not to a location, not even to a set schedule. They live on their own terms. And their formula is simple. More freedom plus more free time equals true wealth. Think about it. When people dream about being rich, what do they imagine? Traveling, adventures, time for hobbies, maybe a personal chef or someone to help with everyday chores. At its core, people want freedom. And you don't have to be a millionaire to get that. Tim says you can join the new rich without being a millionaire. You just need 2 things, more time and more control. Back in 2004, Tim was an overworked, burnt-out entrepreneur. He was so stressed, he was forced to take a break. And that break changed everything. He traveled, tried new things, and realized that by automating his business, he could work from anywhere in the world and do it with minimum effort. That's when his journey began, towards the new rich lifestyle. So this isn't magic, it's a system. And the first step is understanding you don't need millions, you need control and time. In the next chapter, we'll break down this formula piece by piece. So get ready, because your freedom journey is about to begin.
Chapter 2. Redefine wealth and happiness. So, let's talk about the formula. It's called the DEAL formula. D-E-A-L. DEAL stands for D, definition, E, elimination, A, automation, L, liberation. And today, we start with the first step, definition. You might be thinking, what does definition mean? Simple. You have to redefine some basics in your life. For example, wealth. A lot of people think being wealthy means having a huge bank account. But Tim Ferriss says real wealth is not about millions. It's about control. Control over your time, over your life. Imagine this. If you can spend a month relaxing in Hawaii, or go skydiving whenever you want, or have dinner with your family every night, aren't you rich? Wealth equals ability to do the things that excite you. Money is important, but just having cash isn't enough. Real luxury is freedom and free time. And there's another word you need to redefine: happiness. People say, I want to be happy. But Tim says the opposite of happiness isn't sadness. The real opposite of happiness is boredom. So what is real happiness? Excitement. When you do something every day that excites you, that's real happiness. For Tim, that meant traveling, becoming a kickboxing champion, holding a world record in tango. For you, it might be painting, hiking, photography, starting your own business, whatever lights you up. But if you're just working for a bigger house or a fancy job title and you're not excited about your life, that's not happiness. That's just surviving. So the question isn't, how much can I earn? The real question is, how much free time can I create so I can actually do the things that make me feel alive? And that brings us to E, elimination. In the next chapter, we'll see how to eliminate everything that drains your energy and adds no value. Because being productive doesn't mean staying busy all the time. Work smart, not more, just right.
Chapter 3. Save time by applying the 80-20 principle and eliminating time wasters. Now it's time for the next step, elimination. This is the E in the DEAL formula, where you actually separate the achievers from the dreamers. If you're like author Tim Ferriss, you'll notice that you get 80% of your results from just 20% of your efforts. This is the 80-20 rule. But here's the thing. Most of your work hides behind that old-fashioned 8-hour workday. You're stuck sitting at your desk from 9 to 5, whether there's work to do or not. And when people can't show productivity, they show activity. What does that mean? Organizing your inbox, scrolling your phone, walking from cubicle to cubicle like something important is happening. And the irony? The busiest-looking person often gets the promotion. But here's the truth. 80% of that stuff is a total waste of time. Productivity isn't about putting in more hours. It's about doing the right work at the right time. Here's another rule, Parkinson's law. It says work expands to fill the time you give it. For example, if you have 1 hour to write a report, you'll finish in 1 hour. But if you have the whole day, suddenly that same report takes up 4 hours or more. So what's the solution? Simple. Identify the 20% of tasks that drive 80% of your results. Eliminate all the other filler work. Here's the technique. Grab your to-do list and ask yourself for each item, would I be happy if this was the only thing I finished today? If the answer is no, delete it. And the worst culprits? Interruptions. All those little things that keep pulling you away from deep work. And the sneakiest of all, time wasters. Like what? Random emails, pointless meetings, endless phone calls, web browsing for 5 minutes that turns into 2 hours. Let's focus on email, the silent productivity killer. Solution? Start by checking email only twice a day, once in the afternoon, once at night. Then gradually scale back, even just once a day, or maybe even once a week. Worried people will freak out? Simple. Set an auto reply. I check email at limited times so I can stay focused on important work. If it's urgent, please call or reach out directly. When you let emails and small requests pile up, you can deal with them all at once, saving time and mental energy. This is the magic of elimination. Cut the distractions, gain clarity. But hold on, the 4-hour work week isn't complete yet. If you really want your office to be a hammock on a remote island, a cold drink in hand, you need freedom not just from time, but from location too. And how do you get that?
Chapter 4. Regular office employees can also live the new rich lifestyle. So by now, you've applied half the DEAL formula to your work life. You've defined that being rich isn't just about money, it's about freedom and free time. You've eliminated those time-wasting habits, like constantly checking email. But now comes a big challenge. Before you get to automation, you need to break free from the office. If you're self-employed, that's great. Skip this chapter. But if you're still working in a company, listen up. Now comes liberation. Look, you're so productive now that what takes your coworkers 40 hours, you can probably do in 10. But what does office culture value? Not how much did you accomplish, but how many hours did you sit at your desk. So whether you finished your work or not, you're stuck sitting there. If you want real freedom, you have to break free from the office, and that means work from anywhere. So how do you pull off this office escape plan? Here's a 5-step formula. Listen closely. Step 1, increase your value. First, show your boss that you're indispensable, like Alex does, a person whose goal is to spend more time on a side hustle, let's say selling custom t-shirts on Etsy. Alex talks to their manager about taking on new trainings and learning new skills that will help the company too. Step 2, prove productivity remotely. Alex takes 2 sick days, Tuesday and Wednesday, so it doesn't look like a long weekend, then works from home, no distractions. The result? Double the output, and everything's documented with email trails as proof. Step 3, quantify the benefit. Now Alex presents a proposal to the boss. By working from home, there's no commute, fewer distractions, and productivity goes way up. Win-win situation. Step 4, propose a trial. They suggest, let's try this. Just 1 day working from home each week for 2 weeks. The trial is approved. Step 5, expand the remote days. Each remote day, Alex delivers double productivity. The boss is impressed. Gradually, 1 day becomes 2, then 3, eventually a full week remote. Now Alex can work from anywhere, the Rocky Mountains, the Florida Keys, or their own backyard. Just imagine, could you be like Alex? Could you, step by step, show your boss and break out of the office? If yes, you're 1 step closer to that 4-hour work week. What once felt like just a dream is now a strategy. In the next chapter, we'll talk about the ultimate game changer, automation, where you stop working and your system starts working for you. Let's go build your money machine. Ready?
Chapter 5. Build a business that functions on autopilot without any work on your part. So finally, we've reached the A in the deal formula. A for automation. This is the moment you break the link between your time and your money. In other words, your income keeps coming in, whether you're working or just chilling on a beach in Florida. Real freedom happens when you earn money without trading your hours for it. And for that, you need a business, one that runs even when you're not involved every day. First rule, you're the CEO of your business, not the worker. Picture this, you have a product, an ebook, an online course, maybe a physical item or service. So what do you do now? Let someone else handle distribution. Hire an agency for website maintenance. Set up automated tools for reporting. Your only job is monitoring things occasionally. Your business becomes a self-sustaining engine. Smooth operation without you. But here's the question, how does everything run smoothly without you in the middle? Just make sure these 2 things are set up. Independent communication, your team or partners can talk directly to each other, you're not the messenger in between. Delegate responsibility. Let people make decisions on their own. You don't need to approve every tiny detail. Your job is building an empire, not micromanaging tasks. The secret weapon, virtual assistants, VAs. A key part of automation is virtual assistants. You can hire them from anywhere, California, Texas, or New York, wherever you find the best fit. And the best part? US-based VAs offer fantastic value, skilled, reliable, and in tune with your time zone. The author says their US virtual assistants handle the job flawlessly. Some people worry, a VA is too expensive. But let's clear that up. If you're making $50 per hour and you pay a VA $30 per hour, you're actually buying back your own time for just $30 an hour. Think about it. A Friday off would only cost you $240 for 8 hours. Is a full day of peace, relaxation, and freedom worth $240? For most, the answer is yes. It's trial and error, but so worth it. Sure, your first VA might not be perfect, maybe not even the second, but when you finally find the right one, your workload instantly gets cut in half. So test things out, ask for recommendations, and above all, don't give up. Automation isn't a luxury, it's the foundation of your freedom. Imagine it, your business is running, emails are getting answered, clients are happy, and you're calmly working on your own goals. Maybe you're on a retreat in Colorado or watching the sunset in Hawaii. This isn't just a fantasy, this is automation. In the next and final chapter, we'll explore how to live the dream now, not just save it for retirement, because life is happening right now, not after 60. Ready for the final leap?
Chapter 6. You need a muse for your automated income. If you want money to come in without working a regular 9 to 5, there's one thing for sure. You have to sell some product. This product could even belong to someone else, like Charlie, who started reselling retro baseball caps online. The idea was smart, but what was the problem? Profit margins were slim. That's why Tim Ferriss says the real trick is to create your own product, something that brings in more cash but doesn't take up all your time. But here's the question: where do you even get a product idea? It's simple. Look around your own market, wherever you're comfortable. See what people really want, what's missing, and then ask yourself, what can I create that solves their problem? Tim calls this your muse, your product, your income machine. But remember, you're not trying to become a full-time entrepreneur. You don't want the meetings, the HR headaches, or leadership drama. You just want to build a system that works without you. The best muse is always one that takes little investment, takes little time, and that you can run from anywhere. Charlie made a profit flipping vintage caps online. Tim launched a supplement called Brain Quicken in 2001, and he did it without running a full-time business. Now let's talk about credibility. You have to show your buyers that you're an expert. Got a degree? Great. If not, no worries. Attend some seminars, read books, do your research. The point is simple. You don't need to be a guru. You just need to look better than your competition. If you find your perfect muse, that can be the real launchpad for your financial freedom.
Chapter 7. Test the market before making your product. So let's say you found your muse, a product that's going to generate income for you without requiring your constant attention. But now the most important question: will this product actually sell? Will people want it? Tim Ferriss's answer is simple. Don't guess, ask the market directly. And what's the best way to do that? Try selling the product before you even make it. Yep, sell first, build later. Just like Alex did. Remember the guy who listed custom t-shirts online? He hadn't even ordered shirts yet. First, he just put up a listing on eBay. When people clicked to buy, they got a message, currently on back order. It was a little sneaky, but pretty smart. Alex was simply testing demand. That gave him a clear idea. People actually wanted the shirts. Then he placed his first order and sold 12 shirts in 5 days. Next time he ordered 24, sold out in 12 days. Demand was steady, profit was rolling in, his side hustle was ready to become a real business. Here's another example, Jessica, a yoga instructor. She noticed more and more rock climbers showing up to her classes. So she wondered, is there already a yoga for climbers course out there? When she realized there wasn't much available, she came up with the idea for a DVD. But before actually making the DVD, she built a simple website, added some testimonials, ran Google ads. She tracked click-through rates and conversions, watched search terms to see what people were looking for. Once demand was confirmed, that's when she produced the DVD. And the result? In the very first week, she made back all her production costs. The $250 she'd spent on testing earned back too. Now she sells 10 DVDs a week, pulling in $750 profit every week. Muse number 1 is success. So remember, want to test your product? Try selling it first. Get feedback, tune your muse, then set up the automation.
Chapter 8. Set a premium price point and make a big promise. So let's say you've tested your product, just like Sherwood and Johanna did, and now you've got clear proof of demand. The next step? Design your product in a way that actually sells. Here are a few simple but powerful rules to keep in mind. Rule number 1. Your product pitch should be one sentence. Think about how Apple described the iPod. 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's it. Crystal clear. If you can't explain what your product does in the single line, it's either too complicated or not clear enough. Rule number 2. Fewer options, easier decisions. Too many choices equal confused buyers.
Too many colors, designs, or plans just lead to decision fatigue. And what do confused customers do? They usually walk away without buying. So instead of 20 options, stick to 2 or 3. Keep it simple and clean. That way your customer can relax and make a decision faster. Rule number 3. Higher price equals higher trust, plus better profit. Set your product's price between $50 and $200. Why? Because this price point positions your product as premium, gives you a strong profit margin, and most importantly, wealthier customers equal fewer complaints. If someone is comfortable spending $100 on a product, they're a lot less likely to leave a 1-star review if something's only a little off. Rule number 4. Make a big promise. But don't just promise big, deliver big. For example, Domino's, 30 minutes or it's free. Or Tim Ferriss's Body Quick supplement. If you don't feel results in 60 minutes, not only do you get a refund, but we'll send you an extra 10% check. That's a bold guarantee, and the customer thinks, if they're this confident, the product must be legit. So remember, clear messaging, fewer choices, premium pricing, a bold, real promise. Those 4 tools can turn your product from just an idea into a cash-generating machine.
Final summary. The key message of this book is simple. Instead of spending your whole life in an office waiting for retirement, you can become part of the new rich and start enjoying life now. First, redefine what success means to you, then focus your energy on the 20% of tasks that create 80% of your results. Next, prove you can be even more productive working from home to earn your freedom from the office. Kick that habit of checking email all the time because it's just not necessary. And finally, automate your income by finding your muses and testing them out. Follow these habits and you'll get way closer to your dream lifestyle. Here's one practical tip. Make a dream plan. Write out everything you want to achieve in the next 6 months, whatever you want to be, do, or experience. Figure out the monthly cost for each thing, whether it's driving a Mustang, hiring a personal assistant, learning Italian, or becoming a better cook. Add up the monthly total and set your income target based on that number. With this concrete goal, you can focus your energy and get closer to living your dream life.